Hello, today we're going to discuss common interview questions and how to answer them. The most common and most used type of interview question is what we call behavior-based questions. The theory behind behavior-based questions is that the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. The best predictor of future success is past success. Behavior-based questions usually address a specific skill area and begin with, tell me about a time when, give me an example of, or describe a situation when. When answering a behavior-based question, what you are really doing is telling a story. Here's a helpful acronym to help you tell a good story. STAR, STAR. The S stands for situation. Begin by providing some context and background information. The T is for task. Describe the task you had to complete, the problem you had to solve, or the obstacle you had to overcome. A is for action. Talk about the action that you took. Explain what you did and how you did it. What did you have to do to complete the task, solve the problem, or overcome the obstacle? Finally, R stands for result. Discuss the result or outcome of the situation. Talk about benefits, savings, rewards, recognitions, etc. As you can see, essentially what you are doing is telling a good story. Behavior-based questions typically address skills such as teamwork, problem solving, communication, creativity, flexibility, and organization. They may also address decision-making, leadership, conflict resolution, and customer service. When answering a behavior-based interview question, be sure to focus on the positive. However, you may be asked to talk about a negative situation. If so, make sure to discuss what you learned from the experience and what you would do differently if faced with a similar situation in the future. Here are a few examples of behavior-based questions. Give an example of an occasion when you use logic to solve a problem. Give an example of a goal you reached and tell me how you reached it. How have you gone above and beyond the call of duty, and if so, how? What do you do when your schedule is interrupted? Give an example of how you handled it. Have you had to convince a team to work on a project they weren't thrilled about? How did you do it? Have you handled a difficult situation with a coworker? How? Tell me about how you worked effectively under pressure. When answering behavior-based questions, be sure to use specific, concrete examples. Don't speak in generalities. Now that we have talked about behavior-based interview questions, let's spend a little time discussing more traditional questions. Traditional interview questions tend to require shorter, more succinct answers and deal with topics such as your career goals, qualifications, strengths, weaknesses, and salary expectations. Here are a few examples of traditional interview questions. Tell us about yourself. Why do you want to work for us? What are your strengths? What is your biggest weakness? Why should I hire you? What are your short-term and long-term goals? What are your salary expectations? As we discussed earlier, the interview process is a two-way street. You are interviewing the employer just as much as he or she is interviewing you. This means that you need to go into the interview process with 3 to 5 questions prepared for the interviewer. In addition to demonstrating your interest in the position and the company, having questions prepared gives you an active role in the interview process and lets you steer the interview into areas in which you shine. The questions you have prepared for the interview should not be weak questions you have found the answers to if you had done some basic research prior to the interview. Instead, they should be questions of substance. Here are a few examples. If I'm hired, what would be my first project? What type of growth and advancement opportunities are available? Is continuing education and professional development encouraged here? What do you like best about working for this organization? How would you describe this company's culture? How will I be evaluated, by whom, and how often? When will a decision be made regarding the successful candidate? May I contact you if I have other questions? Never ask about salary or benefits during the interview. Always allow the employer to approach these subjects. However, the interviewer may ask you about your salary expectations. Never answer with a specific dollar amount. Always provide an acceptable range. This salary range should be based on research you have already done. Prior to the interview, you should have an idea of what consists of a fair and reasonable salary based on the position title, educational requirements, and geographic location. Several websites exist to help with this. We recommend you use salary.com or the NACE salary calculator on the Career Services website. That concludes our session regarding how to answer interview questions. Please do not hesitate to contact Career Services with any questions. We are located in the Student Services Building, Suite 179. You may also reach us at careerservices.siu.edu. Our telephone number is 618-453-2391, and our email address is careerservices@siu.edu. Thank you and have a great day.